We decided to ride around a tropical paradise in just 3 days. 3 days, one island, and two reckless minds with a dream. What could possibly go wrong? Pretty much everything. And still, if you asked me, would you do it again? I wouldn't hesitate for a second.
We landed in Bangkok early in the morning. The air, like stepping into a bowl of hot soup. Sticky, spicy, weirdly delicious. We've got one more connecting flight to Island, but first, we're gonna grab some food and recharge a little. If you're heading into the city from the airport, there's a metro line that goes straight into Bangkok. Super easy, but since we're island bound, that's not our route today. Welcome to Samui Airport, or as I like to call it, the most adorably tropical airport you'll ever land in. No cold glass, no endless tunnels. Just palm trees, wooden pavilions, and open air everything. It's not just an airport, it's like the island is already giving you a welcome hug. And the best part? You're 5 minutes from the beach. The locals greeted us with a smile and placed a phuang malai around our necks, a garland made of fresh jasmine and orchids. It wasn't just decoration. It felt like the island itself was saying, you're not a tourist, you're a guest, and you're truly welcome here.
On the way to our hotel, crammed into a little minivan, I couldn't help but notice the insane mess of hanging wires everywhere. Kinda made me nervous, not gonna lie. But as soon as we pulled up and I saw how massive and green the hotel grounds were, I exhaled instant calm. Like, okay, we're good. And there it was, the first point on the disappointment board. Right after we arrived, we jumped straight into sightseeing mode and signed up for a Jeep safari around the island. An off-road truck picked us up with bench seats in the back. Looked fun at first, then the driver hit the gas and didn't let up. That was our first not-so-great surprise. We were bouncing everywhere. He didn't slow down for potholes, bumps, turns, nothing. It was rough. Honestly, kind of miserable. We asked about switching vehicles, but there were no options. So we held on to whatever we could and just tried to survive the ride. Our first stop, the Big Buddha, a massive golden statue, probably the most iconic landmark. Everyone who comes to this island ends up here eventually. Besides the main Buddha statue, there are tons of smaller ones around it, plus a bunch of shops with these weird alien-looking creatures out front. Honestly, no idea what they're doing there or how they fit into the whole vibe. I actually loved it, and a definite win in my book, solid point on the plus side.
We kept moving, passed by Fisherman's Village, which we'd come back to later, and headed to the next stop, the famous Grandma and Grandpa Rocks. Honestly, another letdown. I don't really get the hype. It felt kind of tacky, and definitely not my thing. Just one more point on the disappointment scoreboard.
And yep, back to our favorite driver and those amazing roads. Next stop, the very top of the island, another Buddha statue. This one seated in meditation, calm and golden, overlooking the island. Around it are small figures, open-air pavilions, some animals, and rows of hanging bells you can ring for good luck.
I just couldn't resist. Had to ring every single one of those bells. I mean, come on. It's good luck and probably one of those once-in-a-lifetime chances. Turns out, it wasn't exactly a quick thing. But hey, I did it, no doubt. The vibe here was on point, solid in my book.
And once again, yeah, you know the drill.
Our next stop was another temple. This one had fortune sticks, which was pretty unique. You shake a cup full of them until one falls out, then you read your fortune. I'm not going to share mine though. It ended up feeling really personal. It was definitely interesting. That's a solid 1 from me.
Next up was a small waterfall. Nothing too special, honestly, but it was a great spot to chill in the shade, grab a snack, and catch our breath. So yeah, I'd still give it a 1. After that, we went to an elephant show. The little guy played soccer, gave people massages, and even joined a tug-of-war match. Honestly, it was hilarious. Definite 1.
Next stop, the crocodile show. I don't know about you, but I was seriously freaked out. They were so close, so massive, with those huge teeth. It was intense. I mean, how are people not terrified of these things? And yet they turn it into a show, literally risking their lives. Wild stuff. But I gotta say, it was super entertaining. That's another solid 1 for the island.
In Thailand, Buddhism is the main religion, so you'll often spot these little spirit houses just about everywhere. Locals leave offerings, treats, all kinds of stuff to keep the spirits happy, and in some spots, they're so colorful and detailed, they basically turn into attractions themselves. Gotta give that a
Next, we visited a snake farm where they explained what kinds of snakes live on the island, which ones are venomous, which ones aren't, and what to do if you ever run into one. And that's when it hit me. Crocodiles aren't even the scariest part. Because if I'm being honest, it's not crocs I'm afraid of, it's snakes. And watching someone stand that close to a cobra, risking their life just to entertain tourists, that was insane to me.
Next, we visited Playa Layam, probably the largest temple complex on Samui. Tranquil, colorful, and set around a lake with an 18-armed statue of the goddess Gwen. The place has it all: temples, shops, spots to relax. You can feed the fish, take some amazing photos, just soak in the vibe. We spent about an hour there, and honestly, we loved it.
Then they took us to a local market packed with tons of fruit that actually looked pretty tasty. But right next to that, seafood, a lot of it, and the smell, brutal. Like the kind of smell that makes you want to run and never look back. Not exactly the most pleasant stop, and honestly, not something I'd be in a rush to experience again. And after a tea ceremony featuring blends made from local herbs and plants, we wrapped up our first day of touring. We even had time to chill a bit and take a walk on the beach before dinner.
Buses? Yeah, not really a thing on the island. Your best bets are Grab, a regular taxi, or you can hop on one of these local rides. They're called songthos, kind of like pickup trucks turned into open-air minibuses.
There are souvenir shops everywhere, and I mean everywhere, selling pretty much anything you can imagine. And right next to them, stores with t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, all the basics. Honestly, you really don't need to pack much. If you forget something, you'll find it here easy.
That's where we grabbed a scooter for the rest of our island adventures. Simple process, decent price, and yeah, this thing was about to become our ride or die. After a long ride, we were totally beat, but we still went out to explore a bit. We walked around the area, checked out a nearby mall, and honestly, it had everything. Shops on shops, a fruit stand loaded with exotic dye stuff I couldn't even pronounce, souvenirs, dresses, all the travel basics. And yeah, more cafes and restaurants than we could possibly try in one trip. This is also where we tried durian, Thailand's so-called exclusive fruit. They say it's super healthy, packed with nutrients, but it's literally banned in hotels and public places because of the smell. And yeah, that smell, it's a lot. To be honest, we weren't big fans. Maybe it's an acquired taste and maybe we'll give it another shot someday, but for now, hard pass.
We wrapped up the evening with a ladyboy show, and honestly, it was really well done. The costumes, the choreography, the music, everything was synced to songs by world-famous artists. We loved it, and looking around, I think it's safe to say everyone else did too. Because of copyright, we had to replace the original music, so yeah, you won't get the full atmosphere of the show, but trust me, even without the real soundtrack, you'll get the idea, and you'll know I'm right.
Day 2 started off with bad weather, and yeah, we were pretty bummed. Looked like our plans were totally ruined, and we wouldn't be going anywhere. The rain was coming down hard, like full-on tropical downpour, and we just sat there waiting it out. But luckily, after a couple hours, it finally cleared up, and we jumped back on our rented scooter and hit the road again, cruising around the island, checking out beaches, and soaking in the views. We spent the whole second day riding around the island on our scooter, and man, it was unforgettable. Just this incredible feeling of freedom and pure beauty. We didn't stress about filming much, just wanted to be present, taking in the beaches, the palm trees, the mountains. This place has everything you need to disconnect, recharge, and just breathe. It's paradise, no doubt. Along the way, we made a quick stop at a mall to grab some snacks and pick up a few toiletries. But the highlight definitely were my viewpoints. A spot up in the hills near the beach with one of the best views on the island. It was one of those perfect days we'll remember for the rest of our lives. The morning didn't start with an alarm. It started with a screaming squirrel.
The weather was awful, super windy. And of course, that was the day we were heading out on speedboats to Ang Thong National Marine Park. A typical Ang Thong tour includes hotel pickup, a boat cruise, snorkeling, a visit to the island with the crater lake, kayaking, beach time, lunch, and a hike up to a scenic viewpoint.
Instead of kayaking, we opted for a hike up to a cave at the top of the island. Seemed like a great idea at first, but if you're not prepared, it can be a serious challenge. The trail was steep, rocky, and full of drop-offs. At some points, we had to use ropes and even lean on strangers for help. Honestly, it felt like not everyone was going to make it. But we pushed through, and when we finally reached the top, the view made it all worth it. The cave was dark, and unfortunately, the camera couldn't really capture how beautiful it was, but the stalactites and stalagmites that had formed over the years were absolutely stunning. No regrets at all about skipping the kayaks for this tough hike, and we're definitely proud we pulled it off.
Then we headed to our next stop, an island with a stunning lake right at its center up near the top. The water's home to all kinds of sea life, fish, sea urchins, and even a pretty dangerous one called a moray eel. The hike up was brutal, just endless steep stairs that felt like they'd never end. It was tough, no lie, but once we made it to the top and saw that incredible lake, they blew us away. Totally worth it. It was beautiful, surreal. We were honestly amazed and absolutely loved it. After that, we had an amazing snorkeling session, which of course we didn't manage to film. And after 5 hours on the water, we finally headed back to the pier and returned to our beautiful island, wrapping up an incredible adventure. But instead of going straight to the hotel, we made a detour to Fisherman's Village to walk around and grab dinner. The number of restaurants there is insane. Your eyes are all over the place, and picking just one feels almost impossible. After dinner, we took a little walk and popped into a few of the many shops around the village. Did a bit of shopping, grabbed a couple of things, then headed back to the hotel. Oh, most forgot. On the way back, of course, we grabbed our favorite Thai pancakes, made with dough, bananas, thick sweet milk, and topped with chocolate.
The next day was day 4, and yeah, as you probably guessed, 3 days just weren't enough to see everything we wanted on the island. So today, we decided to spend the day visiting a beautiful spot called Paradise Park.
Besides tons of parrots and pigeons, Paradise Park is actually a hands-on petting zoo with all kinds of animals you can feed right from your hand with food they sell on site, of course. We explored all of Paradise Park, but what stuck with us the most was this massive emu. It looked like it could walk right up and jab you with that huge beak, and yeah, it felt a little unsettling.
Once we finished checking out all the animals, we found this great little cafe where we grabbed a bite and cooled off with some cold drinks. And to top it all off, for anyone who's still not impressed, the park has a massive pool with a view of the sea. Absolutely stunning. In that crazy heat, getting to swim, chill, and take in the ocean view. Total dream. We thought Paradise Park was going to be our final stop, but on the way back, we passed another place with these wild, mystical statues called Magic Park. And of course, we couldn't resist. We had to check it out. We wrapped up day 4 with some water activities, super fun and definitely something different. It was one of those unique experiences that's hard to find anywhere else. And to end the night, we had dinner at a Brazilian restaurant, complete with some pretty wild dancing. Wrapping it all up, yeah, we're totally in love with Koh Samui. No scorecard could ever capture how beautiful this island really is. And no video can fully explain the vibe, the kindness, the freedom, the peace you feel here. It's the kind of place you just want to keep coming back to. The people are amazing, the sights are endless, and the warm sea doesn't hurt either. It's impossible not to fall for this place. And honestly, none of it would have felt the same without our cozy, lush little hotel that felt like home. Thanks for watching. This has been Helen and David.